Hello again, everyone. Scoons Comics here with another exciting, oh so thrilling comic book haul. Yes. All right. I have some goodies here. I finally found a couple of books from half price. Great. Had a local show that I went to that I'll talk about a little bit. Got a couple things from my LCS, and then one really cool book. So let's just jump. All right. From the half-price books. The receipt's still stuck on the back. Oh, gosh. This is All-Star Squadron 37. Very cool Superman versus Captain Marvel cover. I'm very slowly putting this run together. Have been for years. I don't see it in the dollar boxes that often. If I do, they're really chewed up. So these were a couple of bucks. It's really one of the last big runs I want to put together cheap, you know? It's an interesting thing when I collect a lot of runs, or I have collected a lot of runs in my collecting career. And I'm kind of scratching my head on things that I want from this time period, the 80s, the 90s. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do for that. I don't know. I mean, I have plenty of other things to collect. It's just interesting that I always used to have runs that I was working on. Not as many right now, so that's interesting. And then I also found All-Star Squadron 38. Sadly, with a very, unfortunately, still timely cover for modern day America. Just be kind, everyone. Just be kind. Just be kind. Thank you. Okay, I watched the Steve Rude Dude documentary on Tubi a week or so ago. Steve Rude, tremendous artist, known for co-creating Nexus with Mike Barron and doing oddball jobs here and there for Marvel and DC over the years. And I have this one, but it's buried in all my stuff, and it was in a 4 for $1 bin at this comic show I went to yesterday. So it's Mr. Miracle Special number 1 from 1987. Great Steve Rude art throughout this thing. I'll probably put this on my little spinner rack that I like to have books I can just grab and read, like before I went to bed or something, or if I just want something to read randomly. Or I'll give it to my comic giveaways at Halloween. But, man, I went to this comic show over the weekend. I'll show another book here from that guy, too. Marvel Age 54. Beautiful John Romita cover, celebrating the marriage of Peter Parker and Mary Jane. Boy, I went to this comic show over the weekend. I thought it was a comic show. It was billed as a collectible show. It's like every quarter it shows up, every other month or so. I don't know. And I've gotten some really good stuff there. There's usually, half dozen comic dealers or more. Not this time. There were two that had comics. One guy, a couple other dealers had like a random long box. Everything else was Pokemon cards and a few oddball things. There's always, never mind, it's escaping me. Mostly Pokemon cards were there by and large. And I don't want Pokemon cards. I want comics. So I got a couple of things from that guy just so I can, and anytime they're at a show, if a dealer's got a 50-cent bin or something, or a $1 bin, buy something. So at least you're helping along somewhat. One of the guys I really like there, Mailman Mike, my local mailman, he had Dino Riders number 1, newsstand edition. I've got this somewhere too. I really enjoyed this cartoon as a kid. My grandmother, I probably said this in a different video, my grandmother randomly had a VHS copy of the pilot episode. I don't know why she had this, but I remember being over her house watching that often. Also in this, they just fell on the ground. Hold on. I'll cover up this guy's address. So, here, I'll do this. I'm doing things. So, there were... This was in here. This guy, back in 1987 or so, this is all filled out. I'm just not showing his address. Filled this out to get 12 issues of Motor Trend magazine. It's no postage necessary. So he filled out his address and everything. I'm going to throw it in the mail. I don't know if they make this magazine anymore. Maybe somebody will get a subscription. I don't know. But that made me laugh. It's pretty funny. He also had, this one's a little, looks like it's fading quite a bit with the sun. But Disney Afternoon, issue 1. I love the Disney Afternoon, Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous. Okay, the other comic dealer there had a bunch of dollar bins, so these were all $1. Son of the Bat from the Kingdom series by Mark Waid. I've enjoyed these Kingdom books when I have a few of them, and I've really enjoyed them, and I don't think I have this one. I don't remember reading it, so it was $1, so I picked it up. Oh, nose itch. My house we have 3 cats. And I don't know what's going on, but man, there is cat dander everywhere in my house. There is just cat fur. So all the time, I'm sitting here scratching my nose. I don't have a runny nose, I assure you. But my nose itches constantly. I need to take an allergy pill or something. But man, killing me. And then he also had a bunch, well, not a bunch. He had like 6 of these DC Universe logo books. I have all these, but these are in nice shape. And I'm never going to leave them for $1 because I don't find them that often. Superboy number 8. DC Universe logo. I love this cover. Tom Grummett on art. Part of the 0 Hour crossover. I really like this cover, so I'm always going to pick this up. Action Comics 703. Somebody recently commented on one of my videos about doing a trade for some DCU books and hit me up. What do you got? Let me know. All these are up for trade or sale. Green Lantern 55. I love this cover too by Daryl Banks, featuring the original Green Lantern, Alan Scott, and Kyle Rayner, my favorite Green Lantern. Oh, that's a good one. And Adventures of Superman 516. And Steel number 8. Showcase 94, issue 10. This beautiful Joe Quesada Azrael cover. Cool DC logo. Heck yeah. Oh, you know what? This is from that other guy. So that other guy showed the Miracle Man book. It was like 4 for $1 or something like that. So I picked up a couple books for, I'm always looking for stuff for the kids for Halloween, stuff that's age appropriate and fun. So here's X-Men Adventures number 3. Enter Magneto. Hopefully somebody will like that. And then Fantastic Four, All Ages, number 1, Marvel Age. I don't know. Looks like it's in kind of an anime style. I don't know. Hopefully the kids will like it. Somebody. And I don't know what this book is, but I picked this up, and I didn't mean to, because I think I have a copy somewhere. Probably from the same guy. Everyone Hates Fight Man, one-shot special. Newsstand edition. What year is this from? I don't know. It's got to be from it's got to be 80s or 90s, probably early 90s. I don't know what the hell this is. But if I find something I don't know what it is, I usually pick it up if it's $1. So I picked this up. I'll look at it. Oh, no. So much for me being selective about which comics I buy. I really didn't mean to buy that, but I think it was the first book I found of his, and I was, I always want to give somebody something. And usually I'd put something like that back once I found some other books to buy, but I guess I forgot. He gave me a deal anyway, so it's fine. Here's a slightly chewed up copy, but I always like these Brian Boland covers. Wonder Woman number 87. Just such good artwork. He did such good covers this in the 90s for Wonder Woman, and for $1, I'll pick that up every time. Then he had these two for $5 each, man. These are nice high-grade copies. Heck yeah. And I just picked this one up recently from a antique mall. Mighty Thor 411, featuring the first appearance, depending on how you want to do these things, of the New Warriors. And then he had 412, first cover appearance, first full appearance of the New Warriors. Nice 90s keys for $5 a piece. Never going to pass those up. That's good stuff, man. That makes me happy. I picked these two. Oh, I have two more books from that comic show, but I'll show those in a second. My local comic shop has had a run of just random golden age stuff, or atomic age if you count the 50s as the golden age. I'm gonna do a whole golden age video here pretty soon, I think. Where I'm just gonna show what I have and talk about stuff a little bit because it's new to me. It's something I'm going more and more into. But anyway, yammer. Two Gun Western number 6. This is from Atlas, Timely, Marvel. Doesn't have the trade on here. This is like from early 1950s. This is probably Atlas Comics at the time. Really rough shape. See, I got it for $5. But yeah, man, I love these old Western books. That was pretty nifty. And then I couldn't let this sit there for $15 either, even though it's got a lot of tape on the spine. Master Comics number 115. Also, I think probably from early 1950, 51, maybe. Yeah, so for $20, I brought home a couple of Golden Age books. That's pretty cool. And I picked up Legends of the DC Universe number 14, strictly because I've been in the Steve Rude mindset, and this one is his artwork. Look at this beautiful painted cover. Look at this. Totally Jack Kirby inspired with the point. Jack Kirby always looks like his stuff is 3D coming at you. So, there's Superman. That is so cool for $1. I am really looking forward to reading this. This, when I was going through the dollar bins there, the guy said, I'll cut everybody. Me and another guy were digging through the dollar bins. I was starting at one end. He was at the other. And he said, whatever you find, everything's $1. I'll cut you guys a deal. Have fun. And I was like, you know what? I do have fun. You got to have fun looking. I hope no one ever... I see people at comic shows sometimes, and if I stop and look up, I don't know if they're having fun because they're so focused on finding what they need that the thrill of hunting for stuff, I don't know. I don't know if it hits everybody the same way, but I really had a good time digging through. They were all unorganized long boxes, so you never knew what you're going to pull up next. So finding this, a book I had no idea existed, that's a lot of fun for $1. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And last but certainly not least, continuing my finding really interesting Golden Age books, Boy Commandos number 36 from 1949. I paid $40 for this. I have since learned that this is kind of scarce, and this is the last issue, so the print run was not as strong. And yeah, I mean, it's not, I don't think there's any Kirby artwork in this. I had looked it up briefly at comics.org. But to have I collect last issues anyway, so to have the last issue of a Golden Age book, this is from the comic show. And, I mean, dealer just had this on a wall. And I said, yeah, I want that. I don't see Boy Commando as much, It's not a real desired book. So that's pretty darn cool. So between that and I picked up that Stars and Stripes book I think I have that on the wall behind me. There it is. I picked those two up this month, and they're both pretty darn hard to find. Rather scarce. So that's a part of the fun of these Golden Age books is adding stuff to your collection that not everybody and their brother has. So that's pretty cool. $40, well spent. And that is what I have this time, people. I will be back, maybe I'll shoot a new video this weekend. We'll see. I want to talk about some Golden Age stuff, and I want to talk about when do you send your books to get encapsulated by CGC so they are safe and secure. I don't know. I got some thoughts, but we'll save that for next time, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.